started transition about a year and a half ago. I fully came out to my parents of October 11th, which is International Coming Out Day of 2014.
When did you know that you identified as female?
There were always signs when I was very young. Back when I was in daycare around 5 or so, like I was always attracted to feminine things. But my parents, my mother and my stepfather, they were very conservative, even though they said they were open-minded. My earliest memory is being in a daycare and there was this doll and it had these satin pink little panties on and I just had to wear them. I snuck off, put them on. Of course, I got stuck in them. That's how my mother found out, and she flipped out on the daycare. Of course, I never went back there. That was on a subconscious level. Consciously, I knew around 7. I was home alone, and I just had the urge to dress up in feminine. So my mother had some old clothes she never wore. I put it on, and I looked in the mirror, and the words literally came out of my mouth: I should have been born a girl. And it just never left. When my mother and my stepfather found out that, I had a stash of clothes, they were very demeaning, very transphobic, homophobic, just very hateful, and it literally crushed me. It made me feel so ashamed to be, wanting to be who I was, that they gave me the impression that if I were to be who I am, I would never be loved or accepted. And it actually sent me into real bad depression at about the age of 8, where I was actually suicidal. After my total breakdown, I started to dress more privately, and I started to be very, paying more attention to how I felt internally, and just kind of like, instead of putting things back in the back of my mind. And when I dressed as a woman, I felt more confident and more strong. I felt like this is who I am. And anytime I dressed down, I just felt crushed and depressed. So that told me that this isn't just a fetish. This isn't just me cross-dressing. It's always been something more. And that's what it always was. And so I started researching on what transgender is, and I was like, wow, this is me. This is who I am. The first time I went out in public, I was by myself. I went to Walmart. I had a cheap big blue Halloween wig, crappy makeup, because I had no idea what I was doing. Of course, people are looking at me and I'm feeling so self-conscious and scared, and it was almost paralyzing, but at the same time, when it was over, it was like, that wasn't so bad. And every time then, it just got a little better and a little better and a little better. When I first started my laser treatment, I had to wait a few days and actually have some face fuzz for them to burn off. And I always felt self-conscious about them those first few months, but after a while, I said, I didn't give a fuck. Dressed like a woman, got a little face for her. Natural women have facial hair sometimes. So I said, fuck it. Fuck what people think. This is who I am. This is me. I am free. Sorry for cussing.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's good. You're fine.